In this video, I am not going to demean any coaching center. Neither I am taking any kind of appreciation because I have cracked GATE without any paid coaching. This video will be a clear analysis of how this decision of taking a coaching or preparing all by self-study can affect you beyond GATE. It can affect your chances of placement when you are joining M.Tech. Yes, it can affect. It can affect your chances of being selected in BARC, ISRO, DRDO. Yes, it can affect. So no, coaching is not bad and neither is self-study, but it depends on your uniqueness. By the end of this video, you will get a clear comparison between a coaching preparation and a self-study preparation. I will get you, I will give you a precise plan or a precise decisive structure through which you will be able to know that whether you should take that coaching or not. I will also give you a minimal cost GATE preparation plan with self-study, and this is not just any plan, but this will be much more effective than ever. Finally, in the in the era of AI, I will give you a plan to use AI to integrate AI much more effectively into your GATE preparation. So, without any delay, let us start. Firstly, if I compare the coaching versus self-study, so I will present here my own screen tab. Okay, screen tab, tab screen, right? I will present here my own tab screen. So I think you can see here the first point is that study material in hand and need to find proper study material. This is the first point. And this is very obvious, right? When you are joining that coaching, you are getting everything, they are spoon feeding you, everything. And when some guy or some girl is trying to prepare for GATE by all her own or all his own, then he or she has to find everything from scratch. Now you can argue with me that bhaiya, then I have to give some more time to find a good lecture. I have to give some more time to make my own notes. In the coaching center, I have to just see the lecture. They will give me everything. But here is the truth. Research shows that if you are giving something more effort, then you will learn it faster and you will retain it more. For example, this is very true that if you are watching a lecture and maybe you are not taking the note because you know that after the lecture you will get the note. But the second person, he or she is watching the lecture, he or she is understanding, and after watching the lecture, by his or her own understanding, they are making the notes. Now, after 1 month, when you will again come back to those notes to revise it, you will see that you will retain it much lesser than the person who has done all by his or herself. He or she has understood everything and they made their own notes. So there is nothing bad if you are getting the lectures in your hand, but if you are making your own notes, then the both both scenarios are same. But hey, again, there is a fundamental difference than the GATE coaching center lectures and the NPTEL lectures that I will tell in the next part. When next part means in this video only, in the next part, when I will give you a free plan, not free plan, a plan with a minimal cost for GATE preparation. Now the second cost. Obviously, when you are joining a coaching, there is a high performance issue, high cost performance issue. You see, this is the thing. Sorry, yes. So high cost performance issue. That is when you are joining a coaching, right? Then you are paying something. So as far as I know right now, you have to at least pay 6,000 to 7,000 or even more than that. This is the bare minimum price for some coaching centers, maybe like PW or an academy. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, that what is the exact price, but as far as I am aware about, this is the price. So uh, even this price is more for someone. Okay, maybe this can happen that someone cannot afford 6,000 to, I mean, for a gate preparation. Yes, that can happen. That is true. And when you are paying that, someone can think, "Ki, I have already spent 6,000 for my gate preparation. What if I cannot score a good rank?" So there is again a performance issue. And when you are doing it from self-study, the bare minimum cost is actually, it can be within 2000 also. I will show you. Here I have written 3000 max. Yes, it is 3000 max, bare minimum cost. Okay. Now, less flexibility. This is also something like a mental conditioning. When you buy a test series, what happens is that when you buy a test series, you think like, okay, now I have everything. Now I have everything. I have bought a very good test series. I have sorry, not test series. I have bought a very good lecture series. The I mean coaching material. So now this is everything. This is all that I have to study. No matter if you don't like a particular lecture. So I have interacted with almost more than 100 students right now. Okay. I have taken so many mock interviews. I have interacted with so many students. So 99.99%, or I should say 100% of the students with whom I have interacted, they have said that out of the 12 subjects, I am liking 6 subjects, and the remaining 6 subjects from that coaching center, I don't like the style of teaching. Or maybe, okay, 8 subjects, 9 subjects, but the remaining 2 subjects, I don't like the style of teaching. But in that case, you don't have anything, so less flexibility. You cannot switch to any other platform because your brain will say you, "Ki, arey, you have actually paid for this, so learn from this." But when you are doing it from self-study style, you have so much flexibility. Even if after watching 2 3 lectures of an NPTEL lecture, if you say that this professor is very boring, but for the same subject there is at least 6 other options in NPTEL. If I say fluid mechanics, maybe you don't like the lecture by Professor A, then there are so many professors B, C, D, E, F. I can only say you, okay, I can also say you at least 10 lectures, at least 10 NPTEL lectures from fluid mechanics. Okay, so more flexibility is there. Fourth, mentorship. Now, this someone can argue that, okay, I have I have the good mentorship from coaching center. Now, while interacting with the students, I have seen some students say that they got very valuable mentorship, right? But this comes at a cost. Either they will see your performance. If you are in the first 100 students of the batch, then they will give you free mentorship. Either you have to सब्सक्राइब देयर प्रो प्लस और उससे भी आगे कुछ होता होगा, तो वो सब्सक्रिप्शन यू हैव टू बाय दैट, देन दे विल गिव यू अ फुल मेंटरशिप. And when you are doing it for self study, then it is actually questionable that what do you mean by mentorship. For some, the mentorship can come from a good senior. For someone, the mentorship can come from a good college professor also. So when I was in my Jadavpur University, I can remember the professor under whom I was doing my major project. I used to tell him everything that, sir, टेस्ट सीरीज में अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं आ रहा है, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग गुड मार्क्स इन टेस्ट सीरीज. So I used to talk to him. For me, that was a mentorship, that if I can vent out to a person who is aware about GATE examination. So if I say honestly, I was having so many persons to vent out. My friend, my girlfriend, my mom, dad, okay, everything. I mean, everyone was there. But barely someone, I mean, they did not study mechanical engineering, so they did not know that how it will feel if I fail to study. I mean, if I fail to score good in mock. Yes, it will be disheartening, that we all know. But how it actually feels when I fail to answer a crank rocker question. So that he can understand. That is my professor in Jadavpur University. So likewise, this is questionable, that what do you need, I mean, as your mentorship. If you are thinking that I need someone to tell me every month that, okay, now you have covered up to this much, now you have to do this. You have covered up to this much, next month you have to do this. This can be also a mentorship where everyone, I mean, where at every moment someone is telling you that what to do, how to do, and from where to do. And for me, mentorship was if I can vent out clearly, if he can understand that through which situation I am going. Okay. So this is actually questionable. And in the coaching centers, you can get that one-on-one mentorship when the teacher will say you that do this, do that, but that mentorship will come at a cost. Either you have to come, either you have to prove yourself that you are in the top 100, or you have to pay more. Okay. Now 5 makes you, okay, I had written here lazy, but this is not true, makes you bounded in terms of knowledge. Coaching centers makes you bounded in terms of knowledge. And what do I mean by it? See, I'm not saying that coaching centers are bad. They have very qualified faculties. Okay, I have seen faculties who have PhDs from IIT, who have done their masters from IISc, who have cracked IAS, who have done their job in great companies like General Electrics. Okay, so they have knowledge. But now I will tell you that if they start to teach from the very basic, from very details, for example, if I will teach you complex analysis, do you know that how vast complex analysis is? Or maybe I am teaching you linear algebra. There is a lecture from IIT Madras professor on linear algebra, and that is very, 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 very deep. But he teaches so well that if you can go through that lecture, then you will not be stuck in any linear algebra question in future. But if a coaching faculty tries to teach you in that level, either he will lose your job or he will lose your job. Why? Because firstly, it will take more time. It will take more time. So maybe he is just teaching the linear algebra through 2 months. Okay, I mean for 2 months. Then what will happen? Either he will not be able to complete his syllabus, or you will lose your interest, because you will see, okay, this question will never come in GATE examination. This hard concept, this deep concept will never be asked in GATE examination. Then why should I study it? You will lose your interest. That is why they focus on a syllabus that is specifically focused on GATE. And this I have felt when I was taking mock interviews for BRC, when I was taking mock interviews for ISRO and DRDO. I I saw that people are thinking like they are solving a GATE question. That okay, if a fluid is flowing through a pipe, is it a constant temperature condition or is it a constant heat flux condition? Now, if the condition goes beyond the constant temperature or constant heat flux, then they become numb. They think that okay, I have not studied it, then I will not be able to answer it. This is the boundedness in terms of knowledge, that you have not studied the fundamentals. You don't know that what basic heat transfer is. You have just gone to some formula. Maybe you have just gone through some empirical relationships. You have not gone through the derivations in detail. Okay. So yes, I will give you another example. When I was in ISRO interview, I was asked that what are the assumptions of Navier-Stokes equation. Now, I have watched the NPTEL lecture from Professor Suman Chakraborty, taught by Professor Suman Chakraborty. Now, I think this is the only lecture where he has proved the Navier-Stokes equation from very detailed, mathematically deeply, physically deeply, okay, with all understandings. So now I did not have to memorize the assumptions of Navier-Stokes equation separately, because that has always embedded into my mind, because I have understood the derivation of Navier-Stokes equation deeply. But now if you are in a coaching center, they again, for the same reason, they cannot maybe teach you the derivation of Navier-Stokes equation, because in that you have to study the tensor algebra, in that you have to study the uh, deep tensor algebra actually. So you will lose your interest. That is why they will not teach you. But for that matter, you have to memorize the assumptions of Navier-Stokes equation. And when you are memorizing without understanding, it is very much probable that you will forget that in the actual interview. But actually, I was not recalling the assumptions separately during the interview. I was memorizing that. I mean, I was recalling that how the Navier-Stokes was derived. So in that derivation only, the assumptions will come automatically. So that is the difference between studying from an in-depth lecture and from a GATE focused lecture, which the coaching centers actually offer. Again, I'm not telling that every coaching center, every subject in every coaching center is like this. I have seen some coaching center lectures which are this much deep. I have seen, but there is no guarantee that if you have n number of subjects, those n number of subject lectures will be that deep. There is no guarantee of that. Okay, and if there is no guarantee of that, then you lose your flexibility, because you have paid for all the subjects. Then your brain says that please study this subject, you have paid for it. Okay, finally, only gate focused, and that is very obvious. If you have taken a gate lecture, this will be gate focused. But if you are doing self study, this will be a holistic study, and you can easily crack hard interviews. Yes, I can give you some lectures, some NPTEL lectures, which if you can learn by heart, then you can crack any interview like BARC, ISRO, DRDO. Okay, or maybe in IISc interview. Okay, so now the next part. Should you join coaching or not? Again, I don't say that the coaching centers are bad. If your target is only GATE, that I don't care about cracking BARC, ISRO, DRDO, मुझे बस IOCL जाना है, मुझे बस ONGC जाना है, मुझे बस NTPC जाना है, then my friend, GATE is the answer. And if you can only crack GATE with a under 100 rank or even under 500 rank, then my friend, for IOCL, for example, the GATE score has the highest weightage. So if you can crack a rank within 200, then I can say that 99% sure that you will be selected in IOCL. But if your aim is to go for IIT, if your aim is to go for IIT PhD, if you want to be selected in companies like GE, General Electrics, maybe Schlumberger, and if you want a R&D role in those companies, which are which are generally the roles for the M.Tech guys, then you have to have a very good fundamental. And then if you are going for that GATE coaching material only, then you have to restudy. When you are in your M.Tech, you will find that I have studied the formula for fins, but now I have to derive the formula for a tapered fin, a parabolic fin. This was not during my GATE examination, and I thought that in my GATE examination, just if I mug up the formula of fin efficiency, just if I mug up the formula of fin effectiveness, then it will be okay. But now it is not okay, right? So only if your target is GATE and PSUs other than BARC, ISRO, DRDO. You don't bother about BARC, ISRO, DRDO. You just bother about the PSUs like EIL, like ONGC and TPC. Then, my friend, you can and you should join a coaching, because it will save your time. It will make you more focused towards GATE. Okay. And the next thing is, if you are very much confident that I will crack GATE for surely, okay, then I don't have to study anything. Last thing, you don't want to spend much time for finding the good knowledge source. You think that, okay, I don't have that much time, but I have money, then I will spend it to save my time. But again, you are saving your time at the cost of a good knowledge. This I can guarantee. Again, I am not demeaning the centers. If they start teaching very deeply for GATE examination only, then you will lose your interest, and in the next year you will say to your junior then that don't join this coaching center, they will teach so many things which are out of GATE. That is why they don't actually teach you. Okay, now a minimum cost GATE preparation plan. The first thing is test series only. Why? Because you see, right now you have free YouTube lectures in which they have solved the GATE PYQs, So if you rely on that I will not buy a PYQ book, then a test series will at max cost you 3,000. I have seen the test series which will cost you like 1,000 also, 1,000 or maybe 1,500. Okay, so everything can be done under 3,000 for sure. Okay, and if you are going for test series plus a PIQ book, it will be a 3,500. Now 3500 and this 3000, these are too much conservative upper bounds. Like I am trying to say that there are coaching centers which will cost you under 2000, which will cost you maybe under 1500. So if you consider that, then your maximum cost will be under 2000. You don't need anything else. And actually my cost was 3489. Okay. My cost was 3489 because I bought the Exergic test series and the question bank, combo. So that was something like 25 or 2700, 2700. Plus I bought a PYQ book from Medis. Okay. So this is the minimum cost get plan. Sorry, this is the minimum cost get source. Now I will uh, give you a plan. You see, good NPTEL lectures. This is the first thing, that good NPTEL lectures. Now, if you are from mechanical engineering, refer to my playlist. You just search, maybe you take any subject or you take engineering maths, Soham, SOHM. You just search it and you will get a full video on the sources for engineering maths. Likewise, I have talked about the sources for all the subjects of mechanical engineering from which I have studied, free sources, NPTEL sources. Okay. Now this plan here, if you have more than 1 year, then you will follow this plan. First, go for good NPTEL lectures and you have to make your own notes. This is a must. This is a must. You have to make your own notes. This is a must. And I have already talked about the reason that if you make your own notes, you will be able to retain more. At first, it may seem that you are giving more amount of time because you have to make your own notes, but this will pay you later. When you will be revising the same thing, you will see that you already can memorize all the things because you have made your own notes, and write the notes after seeing the lecture by your own understanding. The more effort you will give at the first learning phase, the less effort you have to give during the revision phase. And habit of reading good books. This will help you to crack good interviews and to think much. Because you see, in good books, like if I say Senjal Simbala, that is a fairly good book. Okay. I don't know that if there is a small mistakes or not, but that is a fairly good book. I have read that. Okay, so but in advanced level, you can read books like Kundu Cohen for fluid mechanics. Okay, but Kundu Cohen is really actually, mathematically so deep. So you can go for Senja Simbala in fluid mechanics. That is just an example. So when you are reading a book, you are reading everything slowly. And in a book, they will give you many perspectives of a single concept if you are reading a good book. For example, if a process is, reversible, what do you mean by a reversible process? Why heat transfer between a finite temperature drop is a reversible process? Why it is so? So for that, they will give you a large and good explanation, and this will help you to crack interviews. Okay. Now, for practice, first you solve the PYQs and followed by the test series. This should go. And lastly, I tell this thing in my all YouTube videos that you should go for a mistake copy and revise it every night. Go for a mistake copy and revise it every night. So mistake copy is a copy in which you will jot down in your mistakes the formula that you tend to forget, the concept that you tend to forget, the approach that you did not know in your own language in a brief version. You will jot down everything. So you are making mistakes in the PIQs, you are making mistakes in the test series, maybe you don't know a fact, you every time you forget a formula, you will write that. And you will revise that copy every night before going to bed. So this is not like a magic trick, this is science. If you revise or if you see every night, just see it with complete awareness. You don't have to like mug up. Just see it with complete awareness that I made this mistake. If you do it every night, you don't have to memorize by force, things will be automatically embedded into your brain. Okay. Now, if you have less than 1 year, okay, then my friend, don't go for NPTEL lectures because in less than 1 year, okay, if you have throughout the day, if you have 24 into 7, then go for NPTEL lectures. So I should right here, if you have less than 1 year, and if you are a job plus gate preparation guy, or if you are a college plus gate guy, okay, then my friend, don't go for NPTEL lectures right now, because maybe you will not be able to complete them. Go for the crash courses offered by the coaching centers only, the free crash courses. If you are from mechanical engineering, I have already talked about this, that the crash course made by Gatewala in the year of 2023, this is the best crash course I have ever seen for GATE examination. This is not a paid or something like a collaborative promotion. I have prepared from it, and I know why it is the best. See, this is a very, I mean, when we say crash course, this should be small. So this is actually very small course, but they have covered everything that you need to require. I mean, that you require to crack GATE with a rank of maybe under 100. Yes, that is possible. Yes. So again, this is not a promotion. If you find that any other crash course is good for you, please go for it. And the remaining thing is same, that for practice, first go for PYQs and test series. But now you will revise only through mistake copy and don't give much time for separate revision. Because you see, in that mistake copy, already those formulas are there which you always tend to forget. Those formulas are, those concepts are there which you always miss during the test series. So those are the concepts, those are the formulas, those are the facts which requires the most amount of attention. And you are ensuring that by revising the mistake copy only. If you have done so, this is a plan which can save your time, which can save your maximum amount of time. But I mean, again, the same thing, that because you are preparing from the crash courses, this will affect your interview chances. But yes, you can always study again. You can always study after the GATE examination also. Finally, using AI for GATE preparation. Okay, so here you see, I thought that I will show you a real case, and that I will show. Okay, see, you can use it for guidance or mentoring. Sometimes if you I mean, if you tell AI that, see, I don't have time, I have a hectic job from 9 to 8, from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. I don't have that much time. I have to support my family. My income is this much. So can you suggest me a GATE preparation plan? It will actually suggest you I mean, a good plan. And actually, you can, revise it. When you will tell the chatbot that, okay, this plan you suggested, but for this reason now I am not able to, maintain this plan. So what should be the revised plan? So it will give you a revised plan. Okay. Now, understanding a hard PYQ or a test series question. So you see, this mentoring part, this can be actually augmented by the AI. Now, if we see that the GATE level question, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, you take any AI, you take any LLM, it can solve the 99.99% GATE question with 100% accuracy. It will make no mistakes. I have seen it. But for some question, for example, in mechanical engineering, this time there was a question from Taylor's tool life equation in GATE 2026. This was a tricky question, and when some people asked ChatGPT to solve it, it solved that question in a wrong way. Okay, so for some question it can make some mistake, but considering that it has a 99.99% accuracy, I think it is okay, because you are getting it for free. Okay, but do not use for studying anything from scratch. For example, if you just tell it that, please show me, that please teach me linear algebra, then it does not know that how much to teach you. Then it is just like reading a book. You use to understand small concepts. For example, you want to understand diagonalization. So now you can tell it that, please teach me from the basic diagonalization for GATE examination only. So now let me show you this particular thing. So this is Gemini. So I will write here, please teach me, okay, matrix matrix diagonalization, diagonalization. Okay, for gate exam level, gate exam level preparation. Okay, and you can also check it that make it concise, make it concise, make it concise, right? So now if you see the core concept, it will yes, it is tell you everything. The this is the sufficient condition, the step by step procedure, everything it will tell you, and in a very concise manner. So for these kind of things, you should use the Gemini. You can give it a question and it will answer it. Now let me see that how it answers this question. That I am I am a working professional. I am a working professional with with to 9 job, 12 hours job. Okay, job. My income is 30,000 per month. Okay, 30,000 per month PM. Okay, I have fear of not cracking gate, cracking gate. Okay, and I have to travel long travel long distances, right? Please please chalk out a gate preparation plan for me make it okay, so make it very practical. Now let us see that how it answers this question. Okay, micro learning strategy. Okay, use noise cancelling headphones, right? See, 3-2-3 rule. The weekend bridge, smart resource allocation, 80-20, practical survival tips. Okay, so see, this is the magic of AI. So it can give you a very good guidance tips. Maybe see, I always say that you are unique, your problems are unique. That is why your strategy should be unique. Now, I used to tell you that maybe one strategy will not fit you, because right now, if I make a gate preparation strategy video, okay, then it will cover maybe 10 students or 100 students or 1,000 students, but there are lakhs of students who are appearing for gate examination. So I cannot cover everyone's situation in a single video. But for that, if I could have met with all of you separately, one on one, then I could have listened to your situation, and accordingly I could have given a solution, a unique solution that is unique to your situation. Now that is possible because AI has come. Now you can actually chat it, and you can tell your every your all problems, your unique problems to it, and based on that it will actually design a gate preparation strategy, and this is actually fabulous. This is fabulous. Okay, now you can also tell you now I mean, you can also tell it that okay, this strategy I think is not feasible for me because of this reason. Then it will again I mean, revise the plan. Now if you have to get a one-on-one call with me also, then also I will charge, right? But this is for free. See, I am doing what? I am doing something that is a loss for me. I am telling you that you don't need a one-on-one call with me for gate preparation, because here it is, the Chat GPT or the Gemini. Okay, okay. But the last thing is that we in I mean, during the gate preparation phase, we feel that the mentorship that I talked about previously, that I thought that if someone understands that what is mechanical engineering, if someone understands that what is gate examination, and if that person is a good human, then I will get a relief by talking to him. So if you want that kind of a scenario, that kind of an environment with a solution for your gate preparation, then you can book a call with me one on one, and maybe we will talk about everything that is bothering you, and I am here as your big brother. So this thing your chat GPT cannot give you, the human touch, the thing that you will listen to a real human from me who has cracked gate for 2 times, one with AR 31, another with AR 23 and 6, AR 6. So I know that what it means when you don't have time, because I was in my 4th year of Jadavpur University, I was doing my classes and I did not have that much time. So I know how much it feels. So don't worry, I am always here. If you want a one-on-one call, then the link for that to book that call, the link for that is in the pinned comments and in the description. I will meet you in that call or in the next video. Until that, goodbye, take care, and thank you.